Okay, so yes, welcome everyone. Let's wait for more persons. But quickly, let's use the chat box. How are you doing today? How are you really doing today? Let's see you in the chat box. Hi Mary. Hi Chimibuka. Hi Samson. Hi Laura. How are you doing today?
Mm, so
Hello.
far
How are you doing?
excited.
Amazing. Amazing. Hello Samson. Good evening. I'm doing very well. Hello Felix. Nice. Excited to be here. I'm doing great. Amazing. How are you feeling about this masterclass? How do you feel?
Very
How do you
yeah.
feel?
Um,
Can
well,
anybody hear me? Hello, Daniel. How are you
yes.
doing? Amazing. Amazing. Nice. Nice. Let's wait for more persons before we begin. But how are we feeling today? Now, how are we feeling about this masterclass? And what are your expectations? Let's see it in the chat box. What are your expectations for this masterclass? Is it 6 week? Nice. I'm pumped. Amazing. I love that for you, Daniel. Nice. Who's the young Titans? Oh, Demi Michaels. How are you doing today? So what is your expectation? I want to have a feel as to your expectations. Amazing. Melody feels excited. I feel like I'm about to express something career and life changing. I love it. I feel its impact. Absolutely. It's feel amazing. Amazing. I need more responses. Felix, what's your expectation? Maybe what's your expectation? Expectation is high. Now clock that. I'm expecting to blow up after this. Nice, Chibuka. I'm glad to be here. Amazing. I want to sign at least one email marketing client or SEO internship in a marketing agency. Absolutely. That's amazing. I want to position myself better on IG and LinkedIn through this masterclass. I love that for you. That's strategic. I still want to see more expectations. What are your expectations from this masterclass? Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Samson, what's your expectation? Let me see if I can see. Samson dropped this. Okay, I've not seen Samson's expectation. Maybe what's your expectation? I want to be the most sought for in my industry. Amazing. Now that these are some big expectations, and I love that. Something to add though. I want to be Googleable. Yeah, make her the top chat they go. That's some cool stuff. I love that. Amazing. 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 So I know some persons are still joining us. I don't know if we should still wait. So anybody please just go into the masterclass platform and just tell persons where are you at, because this will be deeply packed and people should not miss. I don't want anybody missing any part of this. You know. Okay. I'm expecting to get clarity and position myself better for opportunities. Start earning dollars. Nice. Making impact globally. Beautiful. I'm pitching my edtech and real estate business to group MD or banks over the next couple of weeks. I believe this will be really helpful in helping me prepare for those meetings. Absolutely, absolutely. I truly believe that. Like even I myself, my expectation is high because yeah, I'm also a what was the word now? What's the word? I'm also a co-partaker because have you seen the coaches that are still coming on board? I'm really expectant and trust me, this will be truly transformative and I am so looking forward to the transformation. So really great having everybody here. So yes, colleagues, let's have the next slide. So welcome to the TTC Institute Visibility Masterclass Cohort 3. I want to see some excitement. Like, are you excited? Yeah, amazing. And you are not here to take a course, Collins, and we can't really see that. Can you help? Okay. No, no, like it seems like the slide is covering a part of it. Ah, someone is stuck in the rain. Evan, where you at? Where is Ibuku? Hey, you are missing. Okay, yes, amazing. Thank you, colleagues. Okay, so you are not here to take a course. You are here to undergo a shift in how you are seen and experienced. And here we do not chase visibility. And if you know, the world is in a virality pandemic. Like everybody wants to go viral. And what's the point of going viral if you're not making money? If you're not making quality connections, if it's not propelling you to grow. You know, so here we do not chase visibility. We build with intention, clarity, and strategy. You are stepping into a space where presence becomes deliberate, voice becomes powerful, positioning becomes precise, opportunity becomes inevitable. This is your recalibration into visibility. Welcome to the room where you are no longer overlooked. That's really amazing. So great to have everybody here. So I want us to do something today. I want us to read our creed. TC has a creed, and I think it would be such an amazing one to start on that note. Yes. So if you can all and let's read that together. You're welcome, Augustine. You're welcome. Okay, amazing, amazing. So yes, so everybody, can you see the creed? If you can, let's do it in chat box. Can you see the creed?
Yes, I can.
Amazing, 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 amazing. So what you would help me do is unmute your mics and let's read this together. And read it with intention, read it with, I don't know, that's yes. So let's do this together. So I am a member of the Thriving Circle. Now I need you to read it. Yes. I am a member of the Thriving Circle. Intentional,
Intentional, excellent,
excellent, unstoppable.
unstoppable.
I try by design, not by
Design,
default. To this
and
end,
To this end,
I will
I will
create value everywhere I
create
go
value everywhere I go
create value everywhere I
and
go,
leave
and leave
every
every
person and place
than
better
I
than I found them.
and
be
Be
part of
part
the
of the
city,
solution,
part
be
of the
part of the
change.
never
solution,
part of the chaos.
never
Lead
lead
by
by the
example
Ways that
in ways
inspire,
that inspire others to rise.
maximize my gift and pursue mastery.
Maximize my gifts
minimize my
and
gift
pursue
and
mastery
mastery
in what I
of
do best.
what I do.
Watching.
Choose
Honor time and
integrity
effort,
over
present
convenience,
Choose
it wisely.
integrity
even
over
when no
confidence,
one is watching.
Life
even
and
when no one
active
is
Honor
watching.
time as my most precious resource and
build
invest it
that
wisely.
gives me
Invest
one
Speak
in
life
intentional
and act
time
with respect in every
life,
time
interaction.
work in every
and lead with
Build
honor.
a
Make myself
legacy
myself
that outlives me, one
serve me.
intentional day at
interaction.
a time.
Build a legacy that outlives me one
Live
intention.
with purpose, lead
With
with
purpose,
honor,
make
make
honor,
my
make my
circle,
circle,
my nation, and my creator
creator.
proud.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Hmm. This is powerful.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Yes, this is powerful. It really is powerful. And it's something I would want us to just read. It could be every day.
Hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah, so uh let's okay, so the next one. So let's walk through the curriculum together so you know what you should be expecting. Okay. We'll, so presents are not here yet. Seems like network is poor. Okay, okay. Amazing. Thank you. Seems like some persons are not able to join. I can see the chat box. No, I can see the platform. What's going on? Is it the network? Could be network. Yes. Okay. But can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Please,
of
can you
course.
signify if you can?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Amazing, amazing. So yeah, so let's walk through the curriculums together just to know what we're in for or what we should be expecting. Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Amazing. Thank you. So yeah, so the TTC Institute Visibility Masterclass Cohort 3, a 6-week visibility positioning and opportunity accelerator. This immersive experience is designed to help participants become strategically visible, professionally positioned, ready. Sorry, talking, and relationship rich. Mary, you are not muted. Okay, next slide. Okay. So week one, the power of perception, reputation, and self-ownership. So that's what we're literally discussing like this new week. And the team would be unmuting yourself, owning your power, and taking up space. Touching on why visibility is more than being seen, reputation as a professional currency, the psychology of perception, understanding your current positioning, common reputation mistakes that cost opportunities, conducting a personal brand audit. I'm very sure that's what a lot of persons are looking forward to. And the exercise is visibility and reputation assessment. So we are going to be looking into that. So you are in for an immersive experience, really. The outcome, participants gain clarity on how they are currently perceived, identify visibility gaps, and understand the adjustments required to strengthen their reputation and positioning. Okay, next slide. The art of storytelling and strategic position. Now, I'm still looking forward to this. It's happening next week. And just wow, I'm really looking forward to it. So people remember stories before they remember credentials, and that's it, really. And if you've heard this saying, the greatest people are storytellers. So you must know how to tell your story and know how to tell it right. So touching on discovering and refining your story, building a compelling personal narrative, positioning yourself without sounding boastful, that's very key. Communicating expertise, credibility, and value, crafting your visibility message, introduction to thought leadership. Now, the exercise, personal positioning statements, and visibility story development. The outcome, participants develop a clear, authentic narrative that differentiates them and strengthens their personal brand. Next slide. Week three, becoming opportunity ready. So if you can say it, you see, there's a going like from one gradual, to another. So becoming opportunity ready, and this will be taken by Dr. KD. And opportunities rarely arrive to people who are unprepared, and that's it. Because how do you identify opportunities when you don't even know it? Because I feel like you have to be properly prepared for you to even attract that opportunity. So, touching on identifying the right opportunities for your goals, building credibility assets, creating visibility systems that attract opportunities, portfolio and personal brand development, building social proof and authority, creating a discoverable professional presence, platform sessions, LinkedIn profile optimization. I'm looking forward to that. A workbook would be sent tomorrow, the profile reviews, digital footprint assessments, and the outcome. Participants become professionally positioned, discoverable, and prepared to compete for relevant opportunities. Next slide. Okay. Week 4, attracting, assessing, and maximizing opportunities. Visibility should translate into opportunities. So we'll be touching on strategic positioning for opportunities, leveraging social media intentionally, applying for opportunities effectively, building strategic partnerships and collaborations, creating a personal opportunity pipeline, pitching yourself and your value with confidence. And the exercise, personal visibility and opportunity strategy development. The outcome, participants understand how to intentionally attract, pursue, and maximize opportunities aligned with their goals. Week 5. Are you guys excited about this? I want to see some emojis. Yeah, I would really want to. Amazing. Thank you, Melody. Amazing, Demi. Amazing, Daniel. Nice, Augustine. Yeah. So week 5, the relationship economy. I'm really looking forward to this personally because I think that's the stage where I'm in. I really need to build those high network relationships. So many opportunities travel through people, and that is it really. And one thing we need to understand is in Nigeria, it is who you know, not really your expertise, yes, but genuinely speaking, is who you know first. That is it. That's what I've come to realize now. So I am not really focused on my expertise because I don't get the expertise. Permit me to use pigeon. So now it's who you know. Do you know people? Do you know the right people? Do you know who can? And honestly, that's one thing I'm leaning into. That I'm leveraging my relationships now. So touching on the power of strategic relationships, building genuine and meaningful connections, networking beyond business cards. And I hope you know that LinkedIn now is your business card. A lot of people say go get business cards. I don't even need one because obviously, if you need a business card, especially for those elderly people, you need to understand. So you need to make room for, because if you want to network with, take for instance, those who are in the political offices, those who are, you get where I'm actually saying you need business cards. But I'm saying like in this world, if you're trying to network with your people within your age range and all of that, they don't need business card. Just connect on LinkedIn and they just go through and they build perception about who you are. It just says it all. So many opportunities travel through people, like I did say. So networking beyond business cards, relationship management and maintenance, creating value before making requests. This is a big thing. A lot of us just think, oh, I want it to mentor me. I want this, I want to do that. Meanwhile, you're not even creating value. You are not serving. You should serve your way through, not that I want this, I want that. No, serve first and then to come. That's really it. It's such a secret. And I'm very sure Coach Tony Asada would elucidate me better on that. Community as a growth and visibility strategy. And that's very important because this is a community. Yes, it's a masterclass, but it's also a community. So there will be support. And the beautiful thing about this masterclass is a lot of people are doing different things. So I'm very sure that now I know a couple of you, I know what you do and all of that. So if I need somebody who could render that service, I don't have to start searching and searching because we're a community already, you know? So exercise, relationship mapping, and network audits. Outcome, participants identify key relationships they need to build, nurture, and leverage for growth. Yes. So to the next one and the last one. Amazing. Leveraging network on, yes, leveraging networks for influence and long-term growth. Your network can accelerate your visibility, influence, and opportunities. Touching on leveraging connections without appearing transactional, like I did say. Building influence through relationships. Accessing opportunities through strategic networks. Sustaining long-term professional relationships. The visibility sustainability framework. Creating a long-term visibility and growth plan. Final exercise, 90-day visibility action plan. I'm looking forward to that. Consistency challenge. I'm very sure many of us are looking forward to that too. Outcome, participants will live with a practical roadmap for sustained visibility, opportunities, influence, and long-term growth. That I want to believe the eighth slide. So masterclass features weekly implementation assignments. Yes, it's immersive, so there will be assignments. LinkedIn optimization clinic. I am looking forward to that because some of our LinkedIn profiles, it needs to work. Visibility challenges between sessions, hot seats coaching and live feedback sessions. I think this will be such a beautiful one. So you get to have one-on-one conversations with coaches, all of that. That would really be so cool. Networking circles within the cohort already. So after this, everybody's dropping their LinkedIn accounts, everybody's dropping their Instagram accounts. We are following each other. Like whether your page is good or not, we're all following each other. That's the rule of the game. So I'm looking forward to that. And accountability partnerships. Fine, I guess there'll be partnerships like you have your team body. Then final visibility showcase and growth presentation. Yes, the ninth slide, Collins. So the transformation promise. Now I need you to screenshot this. You can. By the end of this experience, if taken seriously, emphasis on if taken seriously, because a couple of us are not here now, and it's now, and they just say, I got, but you're not in the masterclass. So if taken seriously, participants will have the clarity, confidence, positioning, systems, and relationships required to become visible in the right rooms, attract meaningful opportunities, and build lasting influence. So if you are truly excited about this, I need you to show some, excitement in the comments or with your emojis. I am truly excited about this. Like I really am. I really am. I'm so looking forward. So we have how many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't want to pronounce that, but LFG. LFG, actually. Yeah. So I'm so looking forward. I really am. I really am. So go to the chats to the platform and tell persons where are you? Because I don't want us to dive into this and persons are still hanging in one place. This is supposed to be an immersive masterclass. So go and tag them, go and drag them. Like, where are you? What are you doing? Why are you not here? Amazing. I really love the energy in this room, and that's it. Please, I want energy. Like comments. If something is insightful, let's know. And that's visibility. It's visibility. Like let's know. Let's be able to tell who you are. Let's be able to tell who you're kind of person. That is personal branding also. And so I'm wearing brown. I have a brown wristwatch. That's my personal brown color. Saying that I came correct. Yeah. Yes. So as usual. Yeah. And if you don't have a personal brown color, it's fine. So that's not to pressure anybody. Not if you are your personal brand is not really about color, but sometimes just having like a preferred color just helps you put things together and just makes you. I don't even get what I'm actually saying, but I think that's the thing because persons feel like, oh, I have to have a brown color after. No, it's not. It's not a prayer. Yeah, the brown chair. Chimebuka, I used to see. Yeah, that's my, like if I show you my room, it's always say brown, 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 brown. That's just me. And I love the color. So it's more than a personal brown color actually. So that's the thing. I'm obsessed with brown. So you don't have to be like me. But that's where you could have a favorite color. Something that people can just recognize you with and say, oh yeah. What's the story? What's the story begin? Sorry, I didn't get that. I didn't get that, Demi. Do you want to speak? What's the story behind Brown? That is a beautiful question. Now, see, I, in all of this experience, I want us to start speaking things. So, see now, that's an interest. So, if Demi was my client, that would have just been an easy way to get into it because it's asking, it's curious. So what's the story behind Brown? Genuinely speaking, I just fell in love with the color. I've always loved say I think it's a fashion thing. I've always loved something minimal. I'm not a very bold color kind of person. So I just realized that I just used to pick things that are brown. And I'm like, why? I was like, okay, I think I love this color. Like, it brings me so much joy. It brings me so much comfort. Like, I could get a brown pen. I don't know, like, someone can get me a brown pen and someone can get me something very expensive and I would still appreciate that brown pen. That's just it, really. And that's my person. I realized, oh, I think I have like love for brown. And since then, that's been my signature color. And in fact, there's people that started telling me that I think you love brown. You love brown so much. And I was like, oh, I didn't really know. And then I decided, you know what? Brown everything. Brown emoji. Even my WhatsApp chats is brown. Yeah, I just love it. It just brings me so much joy. So that could be a clue for somebody. You have a color that you love. Brand it, put it to your personal brand. And one color I started loving now is orange, and that's because of TTC. So TTC's brand color is orange. So if you notice, tell you how intentional branding is. In TTC, when messages are sent, you notice there's always like an orange emoji. And even when I send messages to TTC as founder, I use the orange emoji. So that is branding. That is branding. So, and I was not supposed to teach on branding, but I've dived into that. So yeah, so let's go into the major conversation of today. Yes, Jimmy, because I love that you love black. Actually, black is such a cool color. Mine is red, but I can't try to turn everything to red before it starts looking like shrine. That's a smart one. But there are ways in which you can infuse it. So you don't have to turn everything to red. But red can just be there. Really, red is a beautiful color. You just have to find how to infuse it. There are times when I can't turn everything to brown too now. Like see my cotton. My cotton is not brown. Even though it has like it's gold. So all of those stuffs, you just have to look for things you love and let them be red. Like let people know that you love red. That's what matters really. So yeah. So are we ready? Let's dive into today's conversation. I would have really loved if we had more people, and I don't know where they are. Yeah, I would have really loved if we had. So if you can tag them, please do, because this will be immersive. Like, where are they? Where are we? Well, anyway, the recording will be available, so they they wouldn't get to miss much. But the energy here is amazing, and I wouldn't want them to miss it. Okay, so yes, okay. So are we ready? Are you ready for the first dose? And one thing I did for these master classes, I came up with a name and I called those visibility architects. That's what we are. Like we are architects, we are visibility architects. Like we are gurus in it. So this is me manifesting already who we are. We are guru when it comes to visibility. Like we have the right relationships. We are positioned in the right places at the right time at the right firm. You know. So I'm just super excited. I'm super excited about this experience. Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to bring my fan because I have like a so I don't get I don't start sweating. So this is a fan for me. Yeah. Makes sense better now. Let me see if I can move it. Okay. Okay. So let's get it started. Are you ready? Are you ready? Amazing. 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 Okay, so Collins. Let me see if I can. So I wouldn't really go with the slide. So Collins, once you see my conversation changing, just go along because I just really want to speak. Like, yeah. So my what I was speaking on is how to meet yourself by owning your power. And I need you to read, I need you to take it all in because it's going to be life changing, it's going to be transformational. So and I prayed when I was writing this. So I can't wait to see what it gets to to activate in our minds. Yes, so how to unmute yourself by owning your power. And I have a book, Unmute Yourself. The copy will be made available to us. And you should be excited about that because that book, yeah. Okay, so how people perceive you will directly impact how they deal with you. The power of authenticity is that you are your own competitive advantage. Nobody can be the way you can be you. Nobody can be like Melody. Nobody can be like Tai. Nobody can be like Demi. Nobody can be like Augustine. Nobody can be like Evana. You know, we are your uniqueness. There is just something that makes you stand out, makes you distinct. So if you are trying to bring it down, you are doing yourself a disservice. So the last thing you should ever do is to submerge that which is uniquely you, you know. So anytime that you're trying to behave or speak in a way that is inconsistent with who you really are, you would create a competitive disadvantage for yourself. So if your success depends upon your ability to successfully penetrate relationships, and it truly does, for everybody, I'm very sure that you know for a fact that it just takes one relationship for you to move to the next level. Truly. So you have to bury shame. Like you have to bury shame. You have to like do away with shame. So no shame for the shameless. You have to have that mentality because your success depends upon your ability to successfully penetrate relationships. And the easiest way to penetrate a relationship is to bring your authentic self to the table, your full self. Now, I know some of you are asking questions like, what do you mean my full self? Like, what if I'm doing this? What if I'm doing that? We'll get there. But the whole point is that you bring your full self to the table. So if you bring your authentic self to the table, people will trust you. That's what you know. And trust is at the heart of any successful relationship. And as quiet as it's kept most, people are not comfortable in their own skin. So when they see someone comfortable and confident in their own skin, they will gravitate towards you because they want some of that. And Tylee is such a good example of this. If you know Tyler, like for those, if you see her physically, she has such a great energy. She's smiling all of that. So that way it attracts a lot of people. Now it's not left for her to decide who she's taking, who she's saying, okay, I want to close this person or not, because people just get attracted to her. And I think some persons like that, some of you, that you just have that beautiful energy, that because you are just so comfortable in your skin, you're just you. You do just do your thing. And people just get drawn to you. It's a strength. So when I started building my career, I wanted to be known as a no-nonsense marketing executive, because I felt like if I smile too much, people would disrespect me. And all of that. If I show love, if I show my empathetic side of me, people would disrespect me. So I was like, no, I'm just going to be no-nonsense person. If I'm going to the office or going anywhere, I'm going to wear a black shade and look like to James Bond wear black shade, but you get it. I'll just wear black shade and I'm like, I'm focused. I'm not here to play and all of that. And and let's not get it twisted. I didn't want anyone to talk about my interest really. Like I didn't want it to say, oh, you like this, oh yeah, this, yeah, nah, just leave it. But I realized that when I started shining light on my interest, it was even more easy to speak to clients, to speak to people. So clients saw a friend in me before they became my clients. So when I sat down to pitch, they heard me with a different ear. They saw me through a different lens and naturally different shade of myself from the other persons, from the other marketing executives that will come and pitch the same solution to them. So I was pitching to them because Oyindamola, the brown and mango lover, was allowed to be in the room with Oyindamola, the marketing executive. I don't know if you clocked that. I don't know if you get that. Now, I was pitching to them because Oyindamola, the brown and mango, I love mango so much. I love Amala, was allowed to be in the room with Oyindamola, the marketing executive. So pitching was made easy because they could relate with me. So anytime I walk into a situation today, I bring Oyindamola, the brown lover. I love brown so much. Oyindamola, the marketing executive. People that I'm not, yeah, I'm still because I co-own a marketing company. So yes, I am. Oyindamola, the mango connoisseur. Oyindamola, the writer. I am an author. Oyindamola, the abula lover. Oyindamola, the speaker. I'm literally speaking with you. I bring all those Oyindamola to the table because I have to know which Oyindamola that will be the one to help me to connect and with people allow me to own that relationship in a proprietary way. So I'm going to give an example. I had an experience when I went okay, so this was how it was. So I was in a company and I was in the sales and marketing company. And me, I don't like sales because my whole idea was sales was to just go and start standing under the sun. I don't know if you guys are getting me. Are you guys following me? So if you're following me, let me know. So the whole idea was that I always thought sales was going on, under the sun and just going to tell people, come and buy this, beg them, all of that, all of that. And if you know me really well, I'm not a beggar. I don't want to please you. I'm not that person. So I was like, I'm not really interested in that. So persons actually go to the companies and all of that, and they come and give me feedback. Why I focus on the marketing aspect. So there was a time when the salespeople came to the office and they were like, "Oh, only there's this particular company. Oh, I don't know. They're just stopped there. I really we're finding difficulty in connecting with them." And I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." So tell me more. And they're like, "We've been there over and over again, and we're not allowed to see the manager or even see one of the co-founders." I was like, "Okay, what's the name of this company?" They told me, "Nice." Then I was like, "Okay, and who is the co-founder?" I just went to do my research, and you know what I did? I sent a connection request to the person on LinkedIn. Now, if I can, I think I should have like one. I should have the screenshots because I really screenshot things like that for stories. So I connected with the person, and the person connected with me back. Now this was what happened. I didn't send a message to the person. The person sent a message to me first. The person sent his offer. Oh, we are doing this in Wuye, in this, we are building this, building that, building this. And it was like, and almost like he wanted me to be a customer. Now, perception. So apparently, I look like someone who could afford his products or afford what he was saying at that time. I could not afford anything because what do you mean? I want to buy a property. Do you get what I'm actually saying? But my perception, I was poor position that it felt like this guy could be one of those big Abuja boys. And that was it. And I was like, oh, really cool. This is really amazing. In fact, I know a property management company. They're doing really, really well. And I consult for them. I think it would really be nice if, if you could just we could just speak and just have a meeting. And the man was like, oh, nice, no problem, no problem. And he told me when he was free. You know what I did? Imagine me that I'm looking for clients. Would I not be free? I just told him, oh, I'm not free for Tuesday. I'm not free for Tuesday. Let's do Wednesday instead. I was like, hey, what time? One? I said, yes, let's do two. Imagine. So we went to the office, and then when we got there, obviously the receptionist was like, I told you the co-founder is not around. This, that. It's like, oh, I have an appointment with him. And that was how we were allowed to get into his office. Now imagine we skipped the director, HR, all of that, and go to the co-founder's office. And when we got there, I saw chess. Now I can play chess to some reasonable extent. In fact, Taya and I we used to organize game freaks in Abuja then. So I used to be very, we play games. So, I saw a game, I saw chess, I was like, ah, cool, okay. So next thing I said was, oh, you play chess? I was like, do you play chess? I'm like, yes, yes, to some extent. And obviously, people say, that, are you sure? I will beat you. Let's play. I'm like, yeah, nah. I was like, let's have this conversation. Now, what that has done is it has built like a relationship, a connection, because there's something similar. There's something that we can connect with that brings us together, which is chess. Because I play chess, he loves chess, so there was a connection, and that was it, and that was how we started talking. And I kid you not, what would usually take a lot of I'll get back to you, we get back to this, we get back to that, we get back to this. That same day, he gave us two estates to manage. Two estates to manage. And that was when I knew just wow, the power of position, the power of just creating, a great persona that people can just look you up and have such a great impression about you. And also dressing the part matters. Oh. You have to dress the part. So it's not just about your perception. Like how you show up in the real world also does matter. One thing I'm very particular about how I dress. Imagine I met a commissioner 2 days ago, and I was just imagining how if I dress low, because that day I was like, okay, let me just put on a shirt, and then I was like, no, wear a suit. It's like okay, okay. And I looked so good that day. So I was just so happy, like imagine, and that's it. So you have to dress the parts because there has to be consistency in how people see you. So if people see you as a leader in on LinkedIn, when they meet you, you should dress like a leader. They should be able to tell that this is a leader. This one, wow, I just love how he dresses. I love how he speaks. I, you know, it's so graceful. Somebody gave me a compliment, and it was still from that place. That's tomorrow to tell. I posted it on my status. Let me try to see it. But it was just so awesome. Now, this particular guy has done is doing incredibly well in the finance real estate space. Said, oh, it was such a great one connectivity today. Amazing. It was good morning and happy weekend. To be honest, I should be the one appreciating you for the connection and interaction we had. You are such a phenomenal and gorgeous man. Now that gorgeous, obviously because of how I dressed. So people don't forget those stuffs. And he said phenomenal man. Are you getting what I'm actually saying? Are you getting what I'm actually saying? So it's just so key. Okay, I think Colin just dropped me a message. Yeah. So you Do you get what I'm actually saying? So it's key. So the second point I want you to take is, if you consider yourself a leader in the 21st century, you must be comfortable taking risk. So yeah, so Collins, next slide. You must be comfortable taking risk. 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, you could create a competitive differential for yourself. Like in the marketplace, if you have information, I think there was a time where if you have certain informations that people don't have, you are good, like you are the IT guy. But now information is very readily available everywhere. Like you can find, in fact, I mean ChatGPT, everything you need, you have it there. So what now? That's the common ground. Like everybody has information. So what makes you different? So the only way you can differentiate yourself is to show that you are comfortable taking risk. All we hear from people's in today's ages, oh, the economy is bad, oh, this is happening, this, that, they humble, oh, don't be too loud, oh, don't let people see you in that your office, oh, better manage where you are now. Just do your thing. Just, oh, don't talk when your guy is talking. Don't share ideas. You can go and share wrong ideas. All of those stuff. People say it. And I've experienced that when somebody was telling me that, oh, I should actually calm down. Oh, I'm new. So I should not share my ideas, that I should keep my. I'm like, why? Why? I mean, I want to get promoted. What do you mean I shouldn't share my ideas? So you might as well just keep your head up. So you can see the. So this is so funny. But I'm here to tell you that your head down will not prevent you from getting shots. You know, really. Because if you put your head down, whatever is happening in the economy will still meet you. So instead of putting your head down, why don't you just put your head up? And when the bullet is coming, you can just dodge it. So I say that because when we are in an environment and everybody else is filled with fear and everyone is ducking, like just shrinking, you have clear vision to see the opportunity. And this is exactly the kind of environment where you can accelerate your success no matter what kind of organization you are in. So this is the exact time to say in that office, I know we are trying to cut costs. I have three ideas on how we should do that. I know we are trying to work on this project. Why don't we go around it, go about it in this way? Oh, that's really an amazing one. Why I have a suggestion. Why don't we do it this way? You have to share your ideas. That's why you cannot be in a meeting and you're not talking, and you're not speaking, you're not sharing ideas. You're only saying, yes, absolutely. Or some of you who work remotely, you just put, you intentionally just put your camera, off. Meanwhile, everybody is visible. But you're like, let me just put it off. Those little things, people are noticing it. Your boss is noticing, he or her is noticing those things. Those things. They are noticing. So the issues with keeping your head down is that you submerge your voice, and your voice is at the heart of your power. And if you submerge your voice, you become irrelevant. And if you become irrelevant, you put a big target in the front and a huge target at the back. And what do I mean by that? In today's world, there's some persons that if they leave a company, a lot of persons would want to have them. There was this particular guy who was a brand designer in Curry Wise. I think is it Curry Wise? Yes, Obashala. Yeah. And then he left. And I kid you not, when he left, it became an announcement. Like I think it was Tech about he wrote about it. Obashala left. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And the funny thing is this guy has about 3,000 followers on Instagram. So it's not about following. Strategic position. Some of you need to start following people. You start removing people from your follower list because they are really not. What's the point? So when he left, it became a news, and that made it easy for organizations to start looking for him and say, "What's up? Come on board, come to," because he already built a personal brand. Personal brand is currency in today's world. Personal brand is currency. I shared in Connection Hour recently as when a company reached out to me and they wanted me to come and be their CEO and all of that. But what they wanted really was because they felt like, oh, I was visible, so my visibility could help the company, I'd speak, all of that, all of those stuff. But it was at a cost of not being able to do what I'm doing, not being able to like be visible with TTC or like my other companies because they just wanted. And I was like, nah. But the package was so good. I was like, no, but I'm saying sharing that just to let you know that the opportunity is there and they are finding you, but because you are not properly positioned, they can't see you. They can, and even if they see your value, they hear you speak, they still want somebody who is able to be visible. You want to lead teams, you want to manage teams, position yourself for those opportunities. And one way I go about it is if I'm trying to okay, if I'm trying to focus on my social impact era, there are certain things I do with my LinkedIn, and certain posts I make. It will not come off like I'm intentionally making it, but it's strategy. I strategize as to I'm looking for this kind of connections. I want to get into this kind of conversations, and I strategically position myself for them. Yes, yes. So when I ask myself why we don't take more risk, the only thing I can come up is fear. And I love that I don't know, I believe everybody here is in TTC. Yeah. So I love when the engagement team posted something. I think it was about fear and I don't know what the question was, but the options was fear and some other things. Well, I answered fear. I think Daniel also answered fear. And I don't know. The only thing I can come up is fear really. And fear has no place in your success equation. You cannot say you want to be successful and still be scared of being visible. They don't work. So, and anytime I feel like I'm getting scared, I remind myself of a saying which I shared. Fear is just false evidence of things appearing real. It's really not there, genuinely speaking. So, because what is the worst thing that can happen? Like, I mean, what is the worst thing? Okay, they will laugh at you. Okay, they would critique you and say, oh, imagine, see where she stayed. I mean, it's a good thing to create a great perception. Like people should see you right and all of that. But it's also a good thing to start where you are. Like you don't have to have the whole setup to actually make a video. You don't have to have all the old skills to start writing. Like yesterday, connection Terry was saying Substack, all of that. Be visible. Increase your surface level of luck. Yes, increase your surface level of luck. I mean, someone's network is terrible. Increase your surface level of luck. And I'm saying it, I'm repeating it again because I need more persons to understand. Increase your surface level of luck. The only way to create motion in the direction you want is to do things you haven't done before. Creating more surface area for luck requires posting, requires launching. I've not launched my fashion business, but if you saw what I did, so strategic. I posted it on LinkedIn. Yes. And I posted it on my status. Posted it on my Insta story. I reshared it to Beyond Insta story for a brand that I've not relaunched yet. But it's strategic because I want certain opportunities for the brand. Yeah. Some people will say, you've not even launched it. That's one to me. You know, I said, don't worry, it's not about me launching it. I know what I'm doing. So once I did that, people were like, oh, this guy is really building with intention. And this is really cool. How many businesses do you see that they actually take it up on LinkedIn? Like, how many businesses do you see that they're very intentional about their LinkedIn? Like, especially when it comes to even fashion brands. How many fashion brands are on LinkedIn? How many fashion leaders are on LinkedIn? So I understood that there is, okay, I have an advantage here. So let me quickly build on LinkedIn. Let me quickly position my brand on LinkedIn. And that was the first thing I opened. I didn't even open Instagram first. I opened LinkedIn because that is where people of value are. Like, or that is where they identified in LinkedIn. So creating more surface area of work requires posting, requires launching, requires socializing. You have to leave your house. Homebody. I'm an homebody too, but I leave my. In fact, I'm leaving my house tomorrow after church. I would like leave your house. Yes, it's not comfortable, but go to where you can see people of value, not club. Eh? Sometimes you go to club, you actually see people of value, depending on the club you go to. But just go out, go to the right places where you actually find people. You know, so telling people what you are doing asking for advice, like share. Like this is something interesting I'm working on. I told you about how you can sell your product in a very um subtle way that doesn't come off like you're salesy. Talk, you're building something, share. I was at Hotel on Thursday, and everybody that I spoke with, I told them about TTC. Like, oh, we're doing this stuff here. This is what we're doing. This is what we're building. We're really doing really amazing stuff. We are looking forward to having a what's the word? Having a what's it called now? A summit. Yes. And we'll be looking for sponsors. This, that. I've told them if and I have their contact, can I reach out to them again? What I do the about is happening. It's happening. How can we get sponsors? It's I because I spoke, I opened my mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. So be a little shameless today. Like see where it takes you. Like I have seen where it has taken me. I spoke about how I met the commissioner on Thursday. Very random, by the way. She was looking so good, so regular, and I didn't know who she was. And I complimented her and said, "Man, you look so regular. You look so good." And I realized that okay, the lips was taking a long time to open. I was like, "Man, would you want me to take some pictures for you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm so tired, but since you asked, okay." I took and I take really nice pictures. So I took that picture and just like, thank you so much. You're so nice. You're so warm. I was like, oh my, you're so graceful because she truly was. And then the next thing is, I will never forget you. And I'm like, I shared it yesterday. What do you mean you will never forget me? And she was like, I am the commissioner for health of the state. You say what? What did you just say? I was humbled, shocked, and just so surprised. Like, how do you meet a commissioner and obviously environment too, as that married to tell, like right place for those kinds of high network people. And then we got talking and all of that. But what stood out for me was the fact that she said she would never forget me. So sometimes, what exactly would people never forget about you? We're going to get into that in the workbook. But ask yourself now, what is something people would never forget about me? It's good and understand those things and use it to your advantage. It could be your looks. You're a fine guy, you're a fine guy. Good. Add good attitude to it. You're good. If you are if you're someone who knows how to make people laugh, it's a good one, but don't be a jester though. Like have a balance. But those are your advantage. Use it well, you know. So it's just okay. So and the thing about and I mean people get scared of, oh, what if I fail? What if it does not work out and none of that? But failure always brings you a gift, and the gift is called experience. Yes, it's experience. And obviously now you know better. Now you can do it better. I spoke about how I was scared of actually relaunching my business. And I don't because perception. Sometimes this perception thing self cannot be a wrong way. So you have to know who you are intrinsically. Who are you? You have to actually have that understanding because it can just rub you, you know, a wrong way. So I was like, I'm already in doing this. I'm already doing TTC cities. I'm already doing that. I'm already a business consultant. I already consult for businesses. Now I want to now start competing with them. And I already have a business though, a co-founder of a service business anyway. So I was like, I start selling products. Like I was just so concerned about perception. Meanwhile, I know that God has laid it in my heart that I should go and actually relaunch this business. Even my parents have told me, like, this business is a you thing. Like, why are you not? But I just kept on giving excuses. And then this year, I was like, I'm going to take it seriously. Then we'll tell you here. So I was like telling her, like, hey, I don't know, but I'm just with. And then I reached out with my brand guy. She did the branding. Incredible, incredible guys. Our brand now comes lead in TTC. I was like, change the offer. Yeah, it take his time. Yeah, get this done, all of that. And he did it, and it was No, nice. I was just calling now, okay? Then it was execution month, last month. And I'm saying this because I'm vulnerable with this. I need you to know that however you are feeling, I sometimes also feel that way. So I was just like, okay, let me just talk about this. So I just started, yeah. I went to the market, called a friend who does fabrics, went to the market, bought everything, went to the production house, and the cost was crazy because I wanted really quality stuff. I wanted to sell really quality things to quality people. Like not I put not. I don't want you to get me wrong, but when I mean quality people, I mean HNIs, like people who can afford whatever I'm selling. That is like my audience. So I just knew that okay, if I'm doing that, then I need to be properly positioned on LinkedIn. I need to be able to sell this well. I feel we need to make associate value. And I didn't just want it at that. I wanted to also create impact with the business. I wanted to, have social impact, like get children clothed at Ilaje. So it just made sense that okay, why not just create, fashion for people who love fashion and people who also love to do good. And that was how it clicked. And I was like, wow. And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. So this was what you were telling me all along. And that was it. And that is just such a beautiful one. But because I've had the experience before, I would do better. I know I need to put structure systems in place. So it's not failure, it's experience. And now when you are building a or when you are doing something, you will do it incredibly well. And also, the restart button is forever pressable. I think we spoke about that yesterday. I think I heard you because speaking on that because I while I came back, and the reset button is forever pressable. So it's always worth taking the risk. And if you are shown a new opportunity, as many of us would be, especially when it comes to this masterclass and even going forward, there'll be a lot of opportunities. So, and you're not sure to take the risk in maximizing your success, ask yourself these questions. Number one, will the new thing give you the skills and experiences that you will get if you stayed in your current seat another 12 months? Now, imagine if you didn't show up for this masterclass, if you didn't register for this masterclass, wherever you were, you might not really get to where you would be with this masterclass. Like this, because masterclass is a propeller, it would propel you, it would challenge you. That's the point. So imagine if you didn't sign up for it, or if you didn't show up, or if you're like, I'm not very interested. So will the new things expose you to people, relationships, and networks that you will not get if you stayed in your current seat another 12 months? Then the next one, will the new thing create new branches on your personal decision tree for opportunities? For example, you can go ahead and do some other things that you would not have been able to do if you stayed in your current seat for another 12 months. And that is just so profound. Because now you are in this masterclass now. You could just be getting a lead in that. Okay, pivots. You can do something different. You can do a new thing. Why don't you go to this industry? Have you thought about this idea? Have you done this? So if the answers to all three questions is yes, then you should absolutely take the risk. And I'm sharing this because it's like the foundation of how I want this masterclass to go. So the last point I want to leave you is the perception points. Yes, perception. Yeah, perception is a career currency. So perception is a co-pilot to reality. How people perceive you will directly impact how they deal with you. If you want to maximize your success, you should understand the perception that exists about you in the marketplace. Some of you don't even know how people feel about you. You should. When people say, I don't care how what people say, I don't care how you think about me, I don't do this, I don't do that. I was almost in that wagon. It's like, no, why are you going to? If people think I'm proud, I should care. Like they think I'm proud in the wrong way. Like I am pompous, I am boastful, all of that. I should care because I need to be humble. Like humility is a good thing. Mobility is not stability too. So there has to be a balance. But you should care. Ask for feedbacks. Like understand the perceptions about you. Some feedbacks are wrong. So you have to also know who you are. Like, no, this is not who I am. So the person can just decide just to make you feel bad. So you just have to know and balance it. So if you want to maximize your success, you should understand the perception that exists about you in the marketplace. What lenses are they looking through when they are looking at you? Do they see you as someone who is so chaotic? Do they see you as someone who is unreliable? Do they see you as someone who is just frustrating? Someone who is very sad? Yes, I had to intentionally. I like that's going off. I had to intentionally um what is what? I had to intentionally start working on my face because I still shared it some time ago that I used to be very um just reserved. Like I just want to be on my I don't want to talk to you. Like just leave me alone. But I realized that this narrative is not helping me, so I need to work on it. So what lenses are they looking through when they are looking at you? And if you want to maximize your success in the seat you are sitting in, or in the seat you aspire to sit in, it is imperative that you understand the adjectives that are associated with success for the seats that you're sitting in and the seats you aspire to sit in. It is very key. And in the workbook, it's there. What do you want people to know about you? When people talk about me, what I want them to know, three words: I am deeply impactful. Like impact is what brings me fulfillment. So I want people to know about that. I want people to know that Onyi is an impactful person. He is very impact centric. Two, I want people to know me as someone who is lovable. Like I am so personable. Like I would love upon you. I am someone who would easily just love upon you and just root for you and just clap for you. Like that is where I want people to know me as because that's who I am. And another one I want people to know me as is I am authentic. Like this is me. I'm not going to fake. I'm not going to fake that I like. If I don't like you, you will know because I won't fake it. And I want people to know that because that could come off wrong, but that's how I want people to know that yes, I'm authentic. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. So I want all of those three to actually like let people know me as that. As Onyi is just him. Onyi is lovable. That's him. Onyi is personable. Onyi is impact centric. So I need to start asking yourself those questions. What do I want people to say if I'm not in the room? What do I want them to say about me? It's just very, very, very important. Like think about it. Think about it. So if you like to manage a large group of people and you aren't perceived as motivational, inspirational, and organized, you're doing yourself a disservice because it doesn't matter that you can actually lead. It doesn't matter even you did incredibly well in your this, in your that. You won't get the opportunity to lead if you're not perceived as a leader. That's just it. Really. That's just it. If you are not time conscious, if you are not strategic, how do you want to occupy strategic roles? You can be strategic, but not if you're not perceived as that. Because people are attracted to what they see, like the icing on the cake. Like when we see cakes, we're very attracted to the makeup. But we don't even know if the cake is sweet. But at least it's attractive, so let me buy it. Yeah, and that's where branding comes in. You see really amazing brands. So even if they're not amazing, but they have really nice packaging. You're like, I just want it. I like it. I just want to have it in my room. I just some people like have bags like packages in their rooms just because it's so cute and it's so nice and it's so thoughtful. So your icing, like it creates that amazing, attractive icing that people can say, I just want to come to this guy's world, to this lady's world. I just love how she is. I love how she loves her friends. One thing people say about me is they love how I love my friends. Like I'm very particular about friendships. Like I I love my friends loudly. Like I love them. I do. And you obviously we know because I always show it that I love my friends. And because I do, some of you don't show. You love somebody, you cannot show it. You need to show. You need to you need to articulate your thoughts, express yourself. I am so excited this person is doing this really great work. You went for an event, speak on it, give feedback. Because people don't. So do the extraordinary thing that people would normally not do. You went for a meet, this masterclass. I hope all of you have screenshot already because it possible post on LinkedIn. And the thing people don't know is when you actually do all of those stuff, it propels your growth. Because people now even get so curious about it, like, oh, okay. Because so this is how it works. The people don't know. Now, okay, let me use this example. Now, I met with the commissioner. She connected. I connected with her. She sent me a connection request. I sent her a message. You know what I did again? I quickly went to repost one of her, like the recent one she posted about 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I posted it. I was going to comment, but I was like, that's doing too much because that's not me. But I reposted it because what that I wanted it to say, send a signal that that's why I am. I they support. Like you, yeah. It's not and that's why I tell people, I put at my friends that see, I'm not a mind reader. If you don't tell me you love me, I don't think you love me. I'm serious. Obviously, you have to show it in actions, but you have to also tell me too. That's just how it is. You have to tell me. You have to carry me like the big deal that I truly am. That I know that okay, yes. Honestly, honestly, it's a thing. So you have to be perceived as such. If you are trying to manage a brand and you're not perceived as analytical, you don't do analysis, you don't show it, you don't say, okay, this was what we did, this was how this brand did, all of that. You don't, then people would not perceive you as such, even if that's who you are. So it doesn't matter if you could do that or if you did, if you are not perceived as such. Perception is close to reality. In fact, at this point, I always say perception is reality. Yeah. Like, so you have to be careful about, you have to intentionally be mindful of how people think about you. And I don't mean that you should be mindful in a way um, that you now become, that's start performing. No, don't perform. Be you. Be you, but make sure that the you, your you is the evolved you. Yes, I think that makes sense. Make sure that your you is the evolved you. So when people say, so my kind of person, I would rather not. I'd rather just be at home, all of that. But I know that that version of me can be evolved, can be a person who is able to still go out, to still speak with people, and when he needs to, and still just be calm. I don't have to now be, hey, when around, because that's not me. But I can be an evolved version of me, an evolved version of Oyindamola. If you are a sanguine and you are very chaotic, no, not chaotic. Sanguine people do. I don't know. But if you're saying you love to talk too much, like you talk. You can there's an evolved version of you that's it don't talk too much because it's a strength because you are confident. It's a strength. But there's an evolved version. And one of the persons that I saw that play out in is my younger sister, like my our last born. Ever since she was young, Oyindamola, I saw notes taking Oyindamola love languages. Yeah. So when my sister was young, she used to talk so much. She talked so much that you can bribe her. Obviously, I believe you if you have younger siblings. When you do something or you stole a meat or you went to do something, you tell her, oh yeah, take. Oh, yeah, I'll give you money. Give her 15 naira, give her 100 naira. And she should not talk, should not talk. When our parents come back, that's the first thing she's saying. Oh, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did this, he did that. That almost become a point where she literally she literally started scattering, scattering people's houses because if she sees something, she will talk. And she's a sanguine, so that was and then we saw how she evolved. So when she started, getting the knowledge of God, Christ, and all of that, we saw how it played out. She went for trainings, like and we started seeing her change. we started seeing the trajectory. I was like, this is somebody who used to be so out there and speaks and all of that. But now her confidence is still retained. She's still very confident. In fact, she's contending for president in her school. Imagine, president too. She's doing incredibly well in her academics. She's articulating. In fact, my sister has an headshot. She had an headshot since 3 years ago. Like I'm just so stunned. Like, yeah, I think when she was still now she's 500 level and she has done new headshots. I'm just like, wow. And I can tell you for a fact that it is helping a career trajectory. The bar, is it where they practice? She practiced one of the best. Now, this was not done when my parents did not help her in getting those stuff. She got it herself. She said some people came to her school. She went to meet them, like one very big man. I mean, she's doing incredibly well in like she's doing really well. And then she went to meet the person. I was like, and she engaged with the person. And she was like, I would love to, come and is it intern? I don't know what it's called in the law term, intern with you and all of that. And I was like, oh, absolutely, why not? And that was it. Like they paid her, like really cool place on the Highland in Lagos. I mean, she has confirmed connections, and she's in 500 level. But I'm saying all of that is to tell you that she evolved into a better version of herself. She's confident, deeply confident. If she speaks in our home. I keep quiet to listen to her because she's so smart. But she does not speak loudly anymore. She does not speak loosely anymore. She understands when to talk, but she's playing into her strength. So same thing as an introvert. One thing about introverted persons is that you can feel people, you can connect with people even more, even deeply. These are strengths. You are a great listener. You listen to people. You're able to, just hold space. It's a great skill. So what you just need to do is to develop the aspect of articulating your value, of speaking when you know you should speak, all of that. You know, so you just have to just find your this is who I am, this is what I can do better to make me get to this level. That is it. So my sister is just such a great example. Like I'm so proud of that girl. Like really. So and I say this to people when they tell me all the time, oh yeah, I'm what I am. I can't make anybody think about me in a certain way. Now, if you remember nothing else about today's masterclass, remember that you can train people to think about you in the way that you want them to think about you. I'll say it again for reference. And I need you to write it down if you can. You can train people, you can train them to think about you in the way that you want them to think about you. And how do you do that? You pick three adjectives. Now it's going to be in the work that I'll be saying tomorrow. You pick three adjectives. You want people to use. You pick three adjectives you want people to use to describe you when you are not in the room. Because that is the point. Like what people say about you when you're not in the room is your personal brand. So when you are not in the room, what do they say? Because it's because all important decisions of your career or every important thing that would have to do with you would be made when you are not in the room. Yes, yes. Like that leadership position. It's made where they could have started in their mind, they could have started anywhere, but it's made when you're not there. So your personal branding is what people think about you when you are not in the room. So how do people think about you? In fact, even in TTC, that there's a way I think about persons, and I make sure that the way I think about them is what stays until they change what they do. So take for instance, if they show up for meetings late, that I think about them as latecomers. There's nothing, even if they are maybe possibly they could even be early in other places. But since they are late, so I think about them as latecomers. And one thing about me is I don't like latecomers. Yeah, because I feel like you don't value time. I value time. Yeah. So that's the thing. So what do people think about it when you're not in the room? It really does matter. Compensation decisions will be made when you are not in the room. Promotion decisions will be made when you are not in the room. New assignments, new tasks, new propelling, that prepares your career, everything would be made when you are not in the room. So even the decision to patronize you, if you're a business owner, all of that, it's made when you're not in the room. If you're a business owner, I mean, you must have seen one person say, "Oh, do you know why I came? Because you're just you commented, or you commented on how I looked, or you were just your reception was just really amazing. When I came to your space, I really loved it." So, and unfortunately, you cannot read minds too. So some people have everything about you. They very I mean, you cannot control that, but you can, to some reasonable extent, you can control how people think about you. Yes, especially when it comes to perception, when it comes to LinkedIn, you can control it. So people can think about you as someone that is deeply valuable, or someone that is impact driven. I realized that on Instagram, people could only see a part of it. So I knew that I needed to start infusing my impact work. I thought so. I'll just post on LinkedIn. But I was like, nah. On Instagram, there are really key people that actually follow me, or I want key people to actually follow me on Instagram, because Instagram is a very, you can show your personal of that. So I want people to see me. Now I do it. I use dumps. Sometimes I create content like reels. I have my A edit it for me, and I post it on Instagram, and it does really well. People see me. It solidifies, because that's who I am. I've done so many projects. I tell you this, music. I've done so many impact work, so many that I did not document. Like I did not properly document them. I didn't speak on them. I didn't. And I was like, what? I'm just shooting myself in the leg. How can I have been in such an impact for years? And there are certain opportunities I'm supposed to be getting, I'm not getting them. What's going on? And then ever since I did that, in fact, when I started doing that, that's when I became director of the NGO that I'm currently in. We have a project coming up. And I have a couple of persons that are actually doing the work. And I'm director. Because because I am a director in that organization, it creates funding. Yes, a couple of my friends donate to the organization because I'm director. Because Oyin is the director. I post my storytelling. People are like, okay, okay, please, how can we support? And I don't post every time, because I'm not a beggar. So, but I don't even ask for come and support. But because they see my storytelling, they see my place of who is doing impactful work, who is such an impact leader. How can we support this impact work? In fact, just today, we got somebody to come, and somebody says is going to settle the media. Like, do you know how important it means to have media coverage? They're like, don't worry. Because I'm working on a project. They're like, don't worry. I'm like, just wow. Perception. Now, this person, I don't really know himself. But the perception. So how do you want people to describe you when you are not in the room? Pick three adjectives that are absolutely consistent with who you really are. So don't go and pick one thing that you know that's not who you are. Don't go and pick reliable if you know you're truly not reliable. Pick the one that is your strength. While you work on that, they can decide to, you know, but don't go and pick something that you know you're not, though. Except if you know that you can be that person. So, as you must know, I am a big fan of the authenticity points because it is a distinct competitive advantage. And however, how you pick three adjectives that are valid in your organization, and if you don't know, you can go to the organization's website. If you don't know their values, if you don't know what, like take for TTC now, our values, excellence. Oh my, I love excellence like so much. So you have to be an excellent person if you are working at it. If not, there will be such a huge gap in the things you do with you and other people, because a lot of members in the team are excellent people. So if you're not excellent, the gap is so clear. So understand the company's competitive the value that your company offers. What are their values? Are they trustworthy? Do they value trust? They make sure that whatever you however you want people to see you. Obviously, if you are in a company where you are selling, should be one of their values. They want people to trust them. So if you're in that company, you should be able to, make sure that anything you are saying, people can take your word to the bank, and they'll say, yes, he said it and he delivered. One of the things my clients can never say about me is that they were not responding to, or our customer service is not great. For where New Year, I'll send you a message. Personally, I will. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for working with us. This that your birthday. I'll post you. I'll post you in my status. Like, I wish you happy birthday. I'll ask you how is like, yeah, yes, because that is my company's value. Customer service, my business. Customer service is very particular. It's the value your customer. So some of you said that could be one aspect you're getting wrong. You're focused on acquisition. Meanwhile, the people that you're currently serving, you're not serving them well. You don't wish them happy new months. You don't wish them happy birthday. And they're your customers. And you're speaking for more customers when the ones that you currently have, you can't even manage them well. And you are praying, God, please send them to me. Send me customers. The ones that you have, are you managing them well? Now that's for somebody. So there is not an organization today that obviously doesn't describe itself or its values. So the trick is to continue to improve upon that which they value. So if you're a company that they value excellence, you can make sure you're an excellent person and then articulate that excellence. Now there's some organizations that they value dressing. If you're in the finance space, if you're in the banking sector, you should know that they value how you look, they value presentation. So how are you in the banking sector and your hair is for some banking sectors, I'm not sure your hair is supposed to be like mine. Like you must be clean. When I mean clean, like low cuts or like shave, that is the banking sector. So if you are not doing that, then how do you expect them to consider you for leadership positions? You're not wearing tie. I say no, I don't like it. I'm not a corporate person. You're not a corporate person in the banking sector. Those are things you should look at. Those are things. And it's not, even if that's not who you are, you'd rather love to just wear shorts or just dress your thing. But you need to understand that this is the culture here, this is the way of life there. So you need to adapt. Adapting is not changing who you are. I think that's the thing. Like people feel like, oh, I cannot force it. Like this is just me. Or I don't like wearing skirts. Just love wearing trousers. But this office that you are, they said skirts is what they prefer. So if you are going to be there, you want to succeed and you want to go in that industry, you better wear the skirts. Yeah. All of those things, people think it does not matter, but it does. It propels your growth. So the three adjectives that are consistent with who you truly are, the three adjectives that are valued in that organization, where they intersect is how you must behave consistently if you want to train people to think about you in a certain way. Consistent behavior around those three adjectives, sorry. So like I already told you, my own. So you need to start thinking of yours and you're going to write it in the workbook. So in fact, let's have it. So tell us, what are your adjectives? Let me have somebody here because I believe you must have actually come up with one. Who do I ask? Evana. Yes, let's have you. What are your adjectives? In the comments, or everybody can drop theirs. Let's see it. What are your adjectives? I'm waiting.
Um, I'll. Good evening, Oyi. Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry for being
Good evening,
late.
Evana. Good evening.
Um,
Yeah.
the
So what's your
adjective
adjectives?
I'd like to be described with are firstly kind-hearted. I like to be described as someone that is very kind.
Hmm.
Efficient. Like to be described as somebody who is efficient at whatever they do, and excellent. Those are the three things I would like to be described as.
Amazing. Amazing. So I want so just okay. What I should have done is to ask somebody to describe you because I really want this to. So Tai describe Evana in 3 words because obviously you work with us, so I believe you should know her. Tai, can you speak?
Oh yes, I can speak now. Sorry, I was trying to
Yes,
reduce.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I want to describe Ivana, I mean, she pretty much have said some of the things I'll say. She's uh very. I think the first word I'll use to describe her would be warm and receptive. Right? If you can match those ones as one. That's number one. Number two, I'll say she's very efficient. She she and then number three, I'll say she's very teachable. She's someone
Mm.
who to learn. She's someone who would do anything to be better in a craft or other craft. She's someone who would ask questions, when she's not clear about some things. So she's she's very teachable. So I would say those are the three words that would be my top choice when describing Ivana.
Amazing. 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 Daniel, you've known Evania for years, I want to believe. So, Daniel, in 3 words, describe Evana. Evana is on the hot seat. Yeah, Daniel, so describe Evana in three
Okay.
words. Yeah.
Um, I would say she's someone that is wise.
Wise. Okay.
And excellent too. Uh, and what would I put it? How would I say? Okay, reliable. So those are the three words.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. 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 So I will share the first experience I had with Evana was, I think, was an interview that you can really remember. And there's one thing I told her, you are liked. Like, I think we've been having interviews and interviews were not very, but the way she was smiling, like she literally brightened our faces. And I was like, just wow. And that was my first experience with her. So Evan, I need to note that. So you can actually understand that that's your strength. And you can actually play to that. So one of your strengths is the fact that I think Terry said it, you are warm. Like you're such a joy to be around with. So that should, if I am you, that'll be my number one strength. Because you're just warm. So that's one. The second one, I see you as someone who is knowledgeable, and that is recently. Yes, I'm going to be honest. In the connection, I've just even the past 2 months, the way you've spoken, I'm like, what? Like, she's literally like you're literally dropping words. Yeah. So that's perception building. So and you could lean into that depending on. Yeah, so someone who is deeply insightful, you want people to know you as someone who actually share thoughts and the thoughts resonate with people. Like people feel elevated. So that could be one. That could yes. And the third one, which is consistent with what Tayo and Daniel have said, is you're efficient. You truly are efficient. And if you've noticed after connection now, there's something Savannah does. Who can tell me what does she do? Like after the connection has ended. Anybody, anybody, anybody.
She drops the 3 points.
Yes, she drops and it's always very
She
quick,
drops
except
the
yesterday.
highlights of the
Exactly.
connection.
Amazing. Amazing. So that is one thing that is consistent about her. I think today or I think yesterday she dropped it today. And I want to know that there's something that actually happened. That's why she dropped it. So this you see what I said. I said this, I said that something must have happened, that's why she dropped it today. So what that does is it lets people know that no, Ivana is a very consistent person. Something must have happened. That's why she didn't drop it that particular time. What that has done, it has created empathy for her. Yeah. So I've created I have empathy that something must have happened. Maybe she had quite a stressful day, and that's why it's a mind thing. So it has already created like, oh, so I've already given an excuse. Like, and that's how it is wherever you are. If you are known for someone who comes early to a meeting, we don't come early to a meeting a particular time. People will be very concerned. And what's going on? She didn't show up. Is she good? Is she fine? And you find them reaching out. Now, imagine your consistency has brought empathy to you. Now, take for instance, somebody who is always coming late to the meeting, coming late, something truly now happens to the person. Nobody will check up because they're like, oh, it's always coming late now. So, but meanwhile, something actually happens to you, and then you can also come and say, nobody checked up on me. So maybe because it was constant in your attitude, you don't show up, you don't come early, you don't. So people feel like is that is who you are. Do you get what I'm actually saying? People feel like that is who you are because you don't show up for these things. So you need to understand your three adjectives. So pick them. Starts like I mean, so you know that certain things are consistent with what everybody said. She's warm. She truly is warm. If a brother is responding to your message, you'd be like if somebody gets angry at Ivana, I would want to know. I want to know anybody that gets angry at that. I want to know that person. Because I'm like, what did she do? Like, what must she have done? Because she's just warm, and that's a very good one. That's a very good experience. So someone like Ivana would work well in the customer service space, in a because that's her strength. So somehow you need to, in fact, that so Ivana, in case they look at the profession, wherever I am, is that am I using my strength in the best way possible? Because imagine if you're working in the customer service space or you're doing incredible stuff, like people would really love you. You would really be such a game changer to that organization. Really. Yeah. Yes. So that is it. So play to your strength. Understand what you want to be known for it, and then make sure that you're playing to your strength. So I hope that has helped somebody actually. So it's important that if you want to train people to think about you in a certain way, you must have consistent behavior around those three adjectives. And you must use these languages in your environment, particularly when you're talking about yourself. So when I introduce myself, even if I don't tell you that I'm impact centric, I'll tell you about the impact work I am working on, like strategy. Like I would, if I'm out there, though, I'm doing impact or I'm working. My name is Oyindamola David. I'm a business and impact leader. I don't know how to introduce myself as that, but I would let you know that I'm working on this. TTC is a non-governmental organization. We do this, do that. I have an HRI direct. It's impact because that's what I want you. I don't want you to know me as what I want. That's what I want you to know me as first because that's I'm very particular to impact. You know, so you have to know what should people know you about, and it's even on my Instagram, business and social impact leader, on my LinkedIn, consistent too, business author, keynote speaker, this that personal brand coach, and that personal brand coach I just added it. It wasn't there before. Yes, anybody who checked you will notice it was strategic advisor to this and that. And then I realized that I was leaving that space. It's strategy. I realized that I'm not really trying to advise anybody that is currently because I'm in a building phase. So you need to understand, you need to foresee where you want to be and then adjust your persona to that version of you. So currently, I'm not entertaining what's the word now? Consulting that much. Like if you come, yes, you pay me for my 30 minutes or 1 hour, however. But I'm not pushing myself as that person anymore. Because I'm building businesses. This is there, like different things. So I'm currently focused on building. So I already positioned myself as that person. This is why you are seeing owing the builder currently. When it comes to saying owing the consultants, sometime, but currently owing the builder, it's positioning. So position yourself as that person, position yourself as someone just where do I want to be, and then create that persona. If you're looking for a sales and marketing job, position yourself as that. When I was looking for a sales and marketing, I posted a marketing post that literally started having people, even in the comments, if you go and check it, it's one of my featured posts. You see HR reaching out and saying, "Oh, we have a role for you, a multinational company, this, that," just from one post. And sometimes I was a quality over quantity. Because some of you will just post, don't post quality content. Now, when the right people see it, they will resonate with it, and then they reach out. And that post, people start reaching out to me for sales and marketing roles. Some of them, they were just like, nah, I cannot say it, but at least it came. And that's the point. So I could now pick from which one, whatever one I want. So you have to position yourself. When you want big clients, all of that, position yourself as that person, and then they will come. In fact, you figure out that once you are properly positioned, it's people that will be connecting with you. They'll be sending connection requests. and not use any connection request to them because they feel like you are someone they want to interact with or you're on their wavelength. So there's a time when I was connecting with some persons now, the kind of persons that I connect with, they are like doing really big stuff. And it's positioning. So just understand who your audience is or who your audience is per time, who you want to relate with, or how you want your conversations to be like in your LinkedIn DMs. So okay, let's take for instance Melody now. Melody is positioning herself as a is it Melody, what are you positioning yourself as? Let's know. Speak to that. Melody, can you speak or just type it? Can Melody speak? Can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay, 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 okay. I was waiting for Melody to speak, but I'm not sure she's able to. But I
Okay,
want to be Melody.
I
Okay,
can speak.
yeah,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
okay, let's. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I was trying to unmute
So,
my mic.
okay, okay, okay. So, what are you positioning yourself as?
Okay, so I'm positioning myself as a person, a brand strategist, not just a personal brand strategist, a brand strategist. Like you said, connecting with the right people. I think during our connection yesterday, you were not there, but I said something. I currently have 610 followers on LinkedIn, and the amount of engagement I'm able to get, I see people with over 30K followers on LinkedIn that they are not even able to pull like half of that. They don't average up to 5%. And apart from engagement, like, is it converting? There's one thing to be visible, and it's, are people actually seeing you for the right thing? Like what you are putting yourself out there for? Are people coming to you based on that? And so far, it's been wonderful. So that is what I do for people too. I help them position themselves properly on LinkedIn, what works, what connects with people, even for brands and everything. So you get inbound leads directly to your DM, not you chasing after them.
Amazing, amazing. So that is how she's positioning herself, and it's working for her. Now, to get to a point where Melody is like, "Oh, I am, I don't want all of this," which has built such great brand, personal brand for herself. That she's like, "Okay, I got to that point where I don't want people reaching out to me like this. Like, I really want like some, yeah, I should get there." And you realize that the engagement she currently gets, it could really be great, but it might not be as now, if you check comments, she's very innate with you, always responding on the get to the point where she's not able to. It's growth, like, and that's why some people they have really great like numbers. Like I mean when I started like when 2 years ago, my comments were always like to be long. I mean, and now I really don't have that time. It's not. It's just. But what is helping me is that I already built over time. I built such great brand that the right people that I want, they come finding me, and that's because I've done the work. So you just reach out to me, and that's it. Like really key people, and that's just how it is. So position yourself for where you want to be. Now, I'm very sure that very soon Melody is like, okay, I don't want to do press strategies anymore. I want to move to the next level because there are actually levels when it comes to even your profession. Yes, so you are like, okay, I want to move to the next level, and she's like, okay, I want to be maybe a chief marketing executive for a company, for a big company. Yeah, so that means that she will not be doing brand strategies anymore. Her content should be posting now will be more on thought leadership, more on what is the word now? But you guys give a mattress to be more on like what is happening in marketing space, what could be happening right, what is happening wrong, like all of that. She's putting for a place of I know this so much. So she's not really talking about okay, she has already built that reputation. She has built that track records. So now she doesn't have to talk about that. She's talking about what's happening in the industry. So what she just needs to do is start positioning herself as that person. When she knows that she already has track record to like that she has done this, people can say for a fact that this person is a Oga in this field. One of the ways I did that to myself because I wanted my conversations change. Like um my stuff was published. Wrote an article. It was published. Business Day. Set C. I've really gotten a lot of like people reaching out to me to interview me. Set C is a Canadian. I've forgotten what their name is, but like that. And and it was through LinkedIn, and I was interviewed, and I've still connected with a couple of them, and they're saying okay. I think one of them was saying that they have like an event in Canada up there. I was talking about yeah, Alpha, I have the money, because I can't drop. I'm not event centric, but I'm just saying that those opportunities are like there. But it was positioning that did that. So position yourself. So if you're in an organization, talk about it. When some people just put that, okay, I'm here. They don't say what they are doing in that place. Like, what did you do? What was your impact in that place? Like, I mean, when it comes to your experience, then you're supposed, oh, this. So even if you've left there, go and put what you did there. Because people go through there. They go through it. And the beautiful thing about this masterclass is after a while, I think within those recommendations and all of that. Because sometimes I have to recommend, like I have to just I have to. And the thing is, once you recommend some persons, if somebody is trying to like connect with you or trying to give you a job, they go and check your recommendations, and they can say for a fact now, for Ivana now, obviously, I'm recommending her for her warmth. She's so warm. I'm recommending her for her efficiency. Now, some of you, that's if some of you need to do, because really, if I don't know you, like as well as I know Ivana, is you have to build that personal brand for us. Like we have to know you, we have to be able to connect with you so we can say, okay, this is who this person is, and then we can now recommend you. Because now I'm not recommend you. Yes, it's true. Like it's not true. I'll not recommend you because you are in this master class. No. So if you are saying that, no, you will not get it. But what you can do is to build that track record. Like we can say for a fact that okay, this was in this master class. This is who this person is. This is who this person has shown consistently for the period of 6 weeks, and we can say this is who this person is. For Augustine is Augustine has really insightful. His mind is beautiful. Yeah, like it. I've heard him. The first time I heard him speak was Tuesday Connect in Lagos, and that was in February. And what he said, it still rings in my head. That's how to still memorable. Yeah, like imagine like what he said. I can still remember it word for word. Amazing. That's how still memory. So if I'm recommending Augustine, that's something I'm leaning towards. Or until he shows me different aspects of him, which I'm expecting to see in this masterclass. So that is how it is. Like, let's see you. Let's know you. Let's understand who you are. Are you very strategic? Are you personable? Like, what are your strengths? You need to share it. And we see it through your contents. We see it through what you say in the masterclass. We see it in the platform. All of that is what we use to have an understanding because everybody was recommending everybody. Oh, everybody is recommending everybody. But the thing is, this is who you say you are that will recommend you as. And me, I would not recommend you as who I've not perceived you to be. So I'm saying this, and it's good I'm saying this early so we know how to work towards that. So it is imperative to understand the adjectives that are associated to the seats for the seats that you are seated in or the seats that you aspire to, be. Your prerequisite, especially if you are interviewing for a job, your prerequisite experience is not the predominant factor in their affirmative decision to give you that job. Yes. So it's about understanding what the buyer is really buying. Like what's your buyer really buying? Like what can your buyer buy? Yeah. So understanding what your buyer is really buying, what adjectives are associated to the success for the job you aspire to get at that point. So let's say you are trying to get I don't know why I keep salesman and marketing keeps coming to my head. But let's say you're trying to get a chief finance officer, like a CFO. Yes, is your buyer really buying? How and there's a way you can position yourself that even though you don't have that track record, it still comes across like yes, you're able to deliver on the job if they give you, so everything will still that's still coming, we'll still work on that. So every class that you have had, every relationship that you have or you have had, and every experience you have had has uniquely informed your ability to maximize your success. So in the seats that you are sitting in or the seat you aspire to sit in is about having the I expect to win mentality. And should be what informs the kind of content you post. You must post from a place of I expect to win. Like I see that in melodies content approach, like it's a no-brainer. Like, are you kidding me? Like this, so when I think of melody, our content keeps telling me like, guys, do you know what I just heard? Do you know what I just saw? Like that's the kind of energy I get. So there's a way in which you can also like do that in different ways that also gives that I expect to win energy. So Sister lose content or even Chimebuka, the in this house we don't lose all. What does it say? But I shall that there is one in this house we don't lose. It's like an I expect to win energy. So you have to give that energy that I expect to win. Like no brainer. Tell lose last post. Also gave that now she's posting for people like like so you can get elevated and all of that. But she's posting for a place of I expect you to win. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you should win. Like you should gain clarity. Like you should become better. Like you should be elevated. I'm not sure you get what I'm saying. So you post from a that aspect that I expect to win. I expect you to win. Let that guide your so how I think everybody here, how you should see content creation is from a place of why. Like what is my why? And there are layers that your why should have. My kind of why is impact. That's an impact why. Like every content I post, most likely there's an impact why to it. Then I have the I expect to win kind of because I'm very delusional. And everybody should be delusional. So it should show your content. Because people don't want to be around people that are pessimistic, that are like, oh, I just want to anyhow it happens now. Uh, However it is. No, people don't want that. People don't want that energy. Like so how that I expect to win energy. I'm so excited about this. Oh, we are working on this. Oh, guys, this has me very excited. Even when you speak, have that positive outlook. And then that's an easy way to gain influence because people love people who are positive and they feel like because you are positive, you can influence them, you know. So please take note of that. So I have the I expect to win mentality. Winners may ask when, they may ask how, but they never ask if because they know how the story ends. And if you're a Christian here, you know how the story ends. So it's important that you own your power and recognize that if you have gotten to this seat tonight, yes, this masterclass tonight, that you have everything you need in order to lead successfully, no matter what industry or what you might aspire to do. So as we close, no, we still have, I think we should still have interactions. But yes, as we close, I would leave you with this. If you're in this room, you already have what you need to lead. So now own it. And as you step into your visibility, say this with conviction. I expect to win. I want to see it in the comments. I expect to win. I expect to win. In the worst case scenario, I expect to win. In the best case scenario, I expect to win. And I'm saying this because it's so important. And when you approach your content, your life with that mentality, you see it. You see how it plays out in your life. You see how it plays out in your connections with people. You see how it plays out in your conversations with people. Like when people reach out to me on LinkedIn, there's that energy of I expect to win. Now, it's not. I want us to understand because it feels like because I'm saying that there's a way in which your comments, it's imagine someone reaches out to you on LinkedIn now. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm connected with you. I love what you post. I would love to get to know you. And then you are responding. I just responding with two lines. No, tell them. Oh, I thank you so much. I'm really so excited to be connected with you. This is what I'm working on currently. This, that, and this is where we've gotten to. This is that is the I expect to win mentality. Like you are literally saying, this is what we are working on. This is what we have gotten to. This is what we intend to do. Now, when you use that approach, they're like they have two things to say is how can I support? Or oh, I'm intrigued. Let me see how it goes. That's what comes to their mind. Now, if you don't use that approach, if you use they just feel like okay, this person is just there, this person is not even interested in this conversation. But you have that outlook of I'm explaining to me, you're like, okay, I'm intrigued. Like I one of the things that people said when I went for this meeting at Marriott Hotel about me was I just love your energy. Like yeah, this even I could even in videos because I try to create content. So I could hear people say like in a video, people were like, I just love his energy. I just love his and some people that I don't even know. But they were just observing me, creating my content, dancing. And that's when I even saw the commissioner. I was myself in an event that is quote unquote very serious. But I will laugh. That's me. Like I was literally like doing I have a video and in the background this thing, you will literally hear somebody say, wow, it's such a jolly good fellow. That is who I am, and I let it shine in a place where people would have been very, very serious and like, oh, I want to meet people, I want to meet people, I want to meet people. Me, I was not, I want to meet people. Because of my personality, people gravitated towards me, and I got some of the beautiful connections that day. Like, really beautiful ones. Not very every I don't know, not like I didn't collect contacts and everything, but contacts I got, there are people that I've followed up on, there are people that have had conversations. That's how to build a great network. It's not you don't have to go and start collecting contacts. Anyway, so yes, so that would speak on that uh yeah, in a few weeks. So yes, so that is that. What if we don't naturally have that type of personality? Beautiful, amazing. So Demi, can you speak? Okay. Amazing. Okay. So where if you don't have that personality of being personable and all of that, it's fine. Like I said, aspire to become an evolved version of yourself. So Demi, there's certain experiences that I mean I've met you. Tell you met with Demi now. What was your experience with how what perception did you have about Demi Michaels?
Demi is. I remember we were both keynote speakers for
Yes.
one event like that, and that was where I
Yes,
met.
secret history, the one we invited you for.
Yes,
You
Demi
wasn't our
speech.
event.
Yes. I remember now.
Yeah.
Then, my perception about Demi would be that first, he sounds like a very organized person. I mean, it comes off as someone who has his life all put together. Like, if care is not taken, if you are someone that gets intimidated from the way he sounds, because to be honest, a lot of us, even when we sound not well put together, we still struggle with our finances. And finances is one of the major parts of everybody's life. And then when you meet someone that sounds very confident about his finances, like I remember having a conversation with him after I really connected with him after the the event, and till now we're still in contact. And I remember calling him to tell him about my that I wanted to start investing, and then I needed clarity on that, for him to just put me through, and he just Damien just has this fresh of breath there when we're speaking about finances. So is my first impression about him would just be that go-to guy when you're confused when it comes to finances and you just need someone to break it down to you like you're five, which he did.
Amazing. So that literally I just said what I would have said because actually when I saw him that day, he was wearing white shirts. I don't know what trouser I was wearing, but I remember and I knew it was with a tablet. I was like, oh, cool. This guy seems like well collected. When he was speaking. And the beautiful thing about it was that it was like, oh, I don't want to do the way other people did. Like, he trying stood up. I think he was trying to set up, like, so you could That was the perception that I had about him. I had perception that it was someone who, yeah, I wrote out all these points, and it was someone who was different, like, and that's authenticity. It didn't do the way other people have done. I can vividly remember. See, that's and so Demi, that's your strength. Your strength is that you don't do what other people do, and because you don't do what other people do, it makes you memorable. So we all have our strengths. That's Demi's strength. So I hope he knows. And the thing is also personable. Now, people think that when we say personable is when you are laughing at all of that. But I've engaged with him a couple of times in the DMs, and I've seen how his personality, like, Milishan is such a cool guy actually. So your personality doesn't have to be, but it can be warm, and it's warm. So it's until you tell me someone that you might not get to see immediately, but when you get to know him, like when you get to have a conversation with him, you're like, oh, he's really, really brilliant, like he's really insightful. So lean into that because that's who you are. Like people see you as organized. People need organized people. Like they need organizations need really organized. And I think you're a type A person. Yes. So highly organized people. That's your strength. So play into it. Your content. Let it reflect organizations. Some people don't know how to be organized. Some people don't know how to be put together. All of that. That's your strength. Play into it. Like I want to read. How can you be more? I mean, I don't think I'm a very organized person actually. I try, but so I'm your target audience because I'm like, okay, yeah, yes. I would like to know I'm perceiving to see. Now I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So I don't have to be bubbly. If you go and be bubbly, you would you risk you. Then if you go and be bubbly, you lose your uniqueness. Yes, you would like. In fact, I don't want to imagine how your bubbly self would be. So I don't so because so you just be calm and collected, like you are a calm gentleman, and that's your strength. So play into it, use it to like yeah. You are someone that's insightful. You're someone that someone would love to like approach. Like, how are you doing this? How do you get to do this? And you're also a great teacher. Yeah, because he taught finance, he teaches finance, and is doing really well. So that's your strength. So just play into that. So as a roundup, let's do some more. Okay, turn you, turn see everyone for this. I thank you. Okay, this is your okay. I get it. Thank you everyone for this side. Okay. So who said? Okay, Laura said she would love to know how she's perceived. Who has encountered Laura? Anybody who wants to go? I've encountered that, so I won't go now. Anyone. So okay. Which should I call? Okay, Tai, yes, thank you. I would have.
Oh, is there somebody
So
else?
Laura, you
Like,
see that? Yes. So Laura, you see that not a lot of persons are able to. So that means that your personal branding, there, you still need to do some work around visibility, even within the community. So yes, Tai, please.
um, I would say that I was shocked. Let me start by saying I was shocked when I found out Laura's age. I feel like she has more experience for somebody of that age. Like she has lived 500 years in less than 20s or very early 20s, and it's very it's amazing, right? It's very amazing, right? So I'll start by saying that her personality is very um she's very, I'm trying to look for the right word to use. I don't want to use organized again. I would say she's very, I told her something. I feel like she's trying to live too fast, right? Right. Yeah, I
That's
would
what
like to say
I
that
was
part.
going. Yeah, I was expecting that.
She
Yeah.
she's trying to live, she wants to live all her years in age brackets. I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it. I don't know, but I'm glad at least when you get what I'm saying. So, but like
I
on
do.
the strength of that is it's good to be energetic, to be
Very good.
driven. Yes, she's very driven about making it in life. That's to establish it. But the the downside to that is when there is no structure in it, right? So for me, she has the strength, but maybe she's not putting it out too well, and it's now weighing her down because the that downside to things like that is if she pushes it too hard, she will burn out. She will burn out too early. So I feel like she carries so much light. Like when you talk to her, you'll be like, "Are you 47 years old? Who are you?" you know. But again, I think that's something that I would say that is a huge strength that she has. She's very brilliant. That's the word to brilliant. She's smart. She's exposed. I feel like she's too exposed, Seth. Right? And but let's so let me just leave it at that for now.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And Laura, I need to see the strength in that actually. So if when I think of you, I see someone who is ambitious. Like you are very ambitious. Uh and how I got to know was through connection has even yesterday she shared, if you noticed. And then she's audacious. So I think there are two things. They go hand in hand. So I'll just put them as one. She's ambitious and audacious. She's confident. Laura is that person that if you're in a meeting, she would speak. Like if she's able to, she would speak. And that's why I think yesterday she said she asked for a particular position and she got it. So it's her strength, and I need her to play into that leaning. So one of your contents could be how can people be audacious like you? Because even I myself I need it. Yeah. So I want to see your content. How can you ask like because I think before I ask somebody I look at certain things. Meanwhile you're just like let me ask and then I'll decide if I want it or not. you know, so it's a good thing. So that's one. And then I also feel that you have some discovering to do. So I think that's what Tai is also trying to say. Like some discovering as to I've never seen myself imagine. Just wow, imagine. She has never seen herself as audacious, but that's the perception that we have of her. I think her as audacious, based on what she has shared, based on what I have noticed when in connection, she's literally I can really remember the first time she came on board. She came for conventional and she was one of the first people that spoke. They were having a very sensitive conversation. And she was vulnerable. Like, yeah. So I think that's another one. And people vulnerability is so powerful. So that's the thing. Like people are able to and like what I said, so if is leaning to what I said because I said like you are an old soul in a young body. And anybody who is like that person, they have so many stories to share. So which propels connection. So people are able to connect with you on a very natural level. So it's something you can lean into. Like you are, I don't know if you get what I'm actually saying. Like people can connect with you based on just your experiences, what you share. Yes, she's an old soul. So you see, so that's that. Yeah. So these are two things. I think there's supposed to be three. These are two things that actually comes to mind. Like I say, so Laura, that what you need to do is to improve on like your visibility, like so people can actually get to know you even more. And getting to know you even more is not there's some like me like certain things that people don't know. Like you cannot just necessarily have a very close friend. You cannot so yeah, so you can still leave a bit of mystery to yourself, and then explain things that so let people feel like they know you. I don't know if you get it. Like let people feel like they know you, even if they don't know everything about you, but create that personality. People feel like they know you. but certain things are sensitive to you, like keep it to yourself or to your friends. So I don't know if that is helpful, Laura. So yeah, how am I perceived? Melody. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Melody. Oh. So the thing, so I need everybody to be very truthful. Like, I mean, this is a family. So what I want to tell everybody is that whatever is shared here, please create space for everybody. I don't even get what I'm actually saying. Melody, you want to say something? Yes, before we speak. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So when
Melody,
you were
you had
asking,
your answers.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, loud and
Okay,
clear.
so asking us for three adjectives we want people to use to describe us.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak then. So mine is excellence. And how I see
No,
excellence
no,
is,
no, 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 don't speak yet. Don't speak yet.
oh,
Let
okay,
people say. Let people say
okay,
it about you.
okay, okay. So I want
Yes.
to see if it's in line with what I believe to be true about myself. That's how I'm asking.
Felix, always Felix is your guy. So Felix says so. If you've encountered Melody, you can just drop it in the comments. Melody is outspoken, prompt, friendly. Yeah. Yes. Anybody else? Let's have like two more persons. So we and please like be sincere because that's the point here. If we are not sincere, then we are yes. Melody is one word for me. Melody is one word. Bold. Actually. Melody is passionate about actually. From my little observation, I perceive her to be actually energetic, quick to act. She's a doer, bold. I love that. So you have such a strong personal brand, and I love it for you. I love it for you. So she gives this big star, but nice, 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 nice. So Melody, you have it. You have it. You have it. So one thing, one common saying about it is that you're bored, you're daring. And I think that's very true. Yes, very, very true. Yes. So from my observation about Melody is that okay, so so for one thing about music, because I'm very observant. Like I observe people even before I engage with them. So when she joined to see all of that, I was just observing. I was even when I think she sent me a message one time and she didn't know that I had a number saved. But like I am very heavy on observation first before I now even engage with people. But one thing I noticed was that she was actually bold. She was quick to ask questions. She would ask questions, she would, you know, speak on something like and that was really amazing. Like she was that way that she would advocate for herself. Yes. And then she would advocate for others. That's even more powerful. So melody, I hope that's like yeah. So and that's where the big sister energy comes from. Somebody said she has a big sister energy. So she's not very self and in fact that's it shows in her personal brand on LinkedIn. She's not about herself. I think that's a very important one. I would really love everybody to get a bit of that or even more of that. Like have that I am for people, like that people centric energy, like you love people. So that's a common one. And she has a sense of urgency. And that I admire so deeply. She has a sense of urgency. And if you're someone who is trying to get to the right rooms, meet the right people, you must have that. People of HNIs, they value urgency so much. So if you're someone who is so quick to get things done, like you just said it's done. You would be like that would really propel your growth. So she has a sense of urgency. She's bored, like everybody have said. What else again? What else again? What? And she advocates for others, and that's amazing. That's really amazing. So yes, I don't know if we should focus on okay. So there's anybody else who would want to also who would want to test their personal brand.
Sorry, can I say something before that?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so thank you guys for everything that you guys said. I'm really grateful because, as I was saying earlier, the three words that I actually associate myself with
Yeah.
is excellence. And for me, excellence represents a commitment to completion. I think I've shared it before that me and my LinkedIn right now is a do or die. Like I must get it. I must act it. So that's what excellence represents for me. Commitment to completion. And my second word is impactful. I want to make an impact in the world and people's life. I want to be that person that when somebody interacts with me, maybe personally or through a material I put out or something I do, they actually feel different than they felt before coming or coming in contact with that thing. And the third one is, yeah, sorry, excellence, impactful, and personable. Like personable. I want to be that person that leaves a lasting impression on people after they even if you encounter me for like 2 minutes, and not just any kind of impression, but like a really good impression that when there's an opportunity on your mind and everything, like you just see, oh, go to Melody and Melody will get this done for you. Like that is the three words for me. And I think everything you guys said is really in line with that. So I'm really happy for that. Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. For what you said, excellence. Excellence can be associated with the doer kind of person. Like, yes, you're a doer, so excellence. You measured impact. Yeah, I think yes, you're impactful, and that's where the boldness comes from because you have an impact on somebody. Now the question is, what kind of impact are you talking about? All of those stuff are things you should actually like look at, so you know where to lean on. So your impact could be from a place of I want people to get something. Like I want to propel people to do a particular task, or I want people to feel a particular way. I don't know if you're a mattress, and I just understand which aspect of impact you're leaning into. And then last one, you said personable. I would want you to work more to highlight that person, that personable, and how you can actually go around that because I don't know. Do people think melody is personable? As I ask, I want to ask questions. Tell you, let me have you.
Okay, so when it comes to melody, I would say that she's getting at the personable space. Like if we want to put it on 100 on a scale, maybe on a 40%, right? Because again, everybody has different approaches when it comes to their lives, right? Some people might meet Melody and not find her as a doer. They might find her too much. So if you ask me, one of the things I would say she can do is you're not dimming your lights. You're just trying to make sure you fit into spaces that you want to be, right? You sound like someone that should be an activist, if you ask me, right? You sound like someone that should be fighting for children rights, parenthood rights, or girl rights and things like that. You don't come off to me as somebody that should be in the impact space per se, right? It's not, you don't come off to me. Your voice is too loud to be in the impact space. So I need you to find that balance. So how it works is when you are in a space that you need to shout, shout. When you are in a space that the volume there is not as loud, but you can still make impact without shouting, use a lower tone. So if you don't try to find that balance, people that need people like you with your skill, your expertise in some certain space would not associate with you because they feel like you're too loud for that space. So not every space the what's the word now? Not every space needs the same character. You need to be flexible. I still see Melody as a bit rigid.
Mm,
I see her as someone who's a bit rigid too. I am going to everybody must know me. I still see her as that person. So the thing about people like that is as much as the loudest in the room wins, there are some rooms that you want to be in, like for example, you want to be in those high network space. You need to talk like an high network person to sit in that seat.
Hmm.
So one thing about Oyin is, as you guys, Oyin has a battery, a social battery. If we're in a space that Oyin needs to jump and be bubbly and be the life of the party, till tomorrow, my mother-in-law and father-in-law can never forget Oyin. My entire family, in fact, that one, my family is out of it because my family believe Oyin is family. Everybody that I've ever, my aunties from distance that experience Oyin do not forget Oyin till now because everybody's like, Oyin is the life of the party. But my other aunties and family members know Oyin to also be, they know Oyin's other side. My older brother is a very calm and reserved person, and he believes Oyin is calm and reserved because Oyin has had conversations with him and with his friend. And Oyin can still blend in because most of my brother is very reserved and he has reserved friends. He can still blend in their midst and still come off as a reserved person. So my brother loves Oyin like he's his own brother because Oyin can talk to my brother conveniently. On the other hand, I have some other friends that cannot speak to my brother because they will feel my brother is too quiet. He doesn't relate to anybody. They will feel like, oh, so they feel if I tell them, oh, you need something, and reach out to Badele now. Badele will give you, it'll be like, no, share you hear me and reach out. So, Melody, you need to find if you want to be able to fit into all the spaces, especially if you are looking at the extreme global space. If they are clapping hands and shouting there, clap your hands and shout. If it gets to a space that you like, this space, it looks good for you. If what you notice in that space is everybody's talking calm and collected, talk calm and collected. So your boldness to other people might come off as being too much. I know you said that like yesterday's connection hour, but as much as it comes off as that, you are not trying to fit into their own box, but you just want your voice to be flexible enough to sit among kings and everybody, presidents of nations, kings, queens, everybody. You don't want to just be, I just want to be the activist type of person. So find that balance. That's what I would say from my own perspective.
Thank you
Just
so much.
wow. Just wow.
You're
Just wow.
welcome.
So really, Taylor as like what I because I was trying to ensure that what I was going to say was going to be delivered in the best way possible that you're able to get it, and Taylor just did that. So you could, and it's not a bad thing. Your boldness is a strength, but understand the rooms where so this is how I see it. Like I already said, it's a skill. It can be learned. Understand there has to be a balance. There's certain things where, like, there's certain conversations where I would be in. I would make sure that I am as reserved as possible because is the that is what the room requires. I'm not sure you get what I'm gonna say. It's not removing who I am. It's just that's a playing ground. That is how we should be. Some places where, like, take for instance, with my friends, obviously I'm supposed to be bubbly, can be loud, all of that. Like she just said it. So my first experience with you in connection now was someone who is bold and all that. But there's also another experience with you that came across like what's the way? I'm not very personable. Now, being personable is somebody who is able to someone who one can freely just come to and share personal stuffs. Like one can, yeah. So you have to be that person that you are able to create space for people. Now, and that's why I told you some time ago that I hope you are not trying to build a niche brand. I hope you're not trying to just position yourself as a brand strategist. Because I thought that was how your content or that was how it was coming across, or even your personality was coming across. But if you're trying to build a personal brand, you must be able to discern, like maybe to discern people. Don't just say, this is why this is how I'm coming across to people. I'm not sure you're I'm actually saying. So there's some places where you want to just be reserved, you want to understand the room so that some persons can actually reach out and all of that. There are some places where You should talk. And Niltai said, activist. It's such an amazing thing. And I said you're an advocate. So you notice that all of these things, and I really love this masterclass. I genuinely do because it is. I love that everybody are able to speak to these and talk and all of that. So it's really amazing. And this is really how to build a strong personal brand. So Melody, you have a strong one. I need you to understand that have you are somebody who is able to build people, who is able to gather people, but also you want to be very careful that you're able to sustain. So it shouldn't be on a surface level alone. The connection should also be deeper. So how you get to do that is when you are truly personable, when you are reserved, when you are more of a listener. So Melody, do you think you are a listener? Do you think you are someone who listens to people? So this is, and like I said, this is a safe space. So all of this is really helping us to become a better version of ourselves. That's the goal here. So feel free to share. Yes, Melody.
Okay. So to answer your question, I actually think I'm a very good listener. So I think you guys have experienced me more in connection hours, and connection hours are more like a space where we get to be vulnerable and actually talk, encourage one another. People can learn from your stories, where you are, and everything. So I feel most of us here have only experienced me from that angle. Like, I think you've experienced me more in the DM, but majority of the conversations we've all had are all been from our connection hour and everything. But I'm actually a very good listener because I have a lot of people. Because you said something that someone that is personable is a person that you get people coming to you to tell you things, ask for your opinion on these things, like guidance in certain areas of life. And people that know me like on a very, very personal level, these are things that I get to experience from these people. In fact, in my family are more like I'm more like the person that they come to for. I know everybody's secret. I know everything that is going on. I'm always like the center, the person that holds it all together. Maybe there's an issue with this person, and even in my friend group too. That's how it is for me. So yeah. But I get what Tai is trying to say. I know that I'm very loud most times, even when I speak personally. I know that. Like, I know, and that's something that I'm actually currently working on. So I would have like I take these YouTube video classes that I actually listen to. But yeah, I get it. And I'm honestly
Amazing.
glad that we had this conversation.
Amazing. And I need to know that all of this is to say that you have a strong personal brand, which is really amazing, very amazing. But you also want the particular, like you said, people actually come to you, and that's because, like you said, on a personal, like people who are close to you. But you also want people who are not close to you to also find you welcoming. So I think that's it. So it does not mean that you're not welcoming, but you also want the perception that people have of you is to be welcoming. Now, if I check the comments, somebody said, okay, I've not felt that personable vibe. Now, remember, it's perception. Perception is close to reality. Recently, now, people are projecting that perception can actually be reality because how people perceive you is who they think you are. So it matters. But like I said, strong personal brand, and I'm really rooting for you to see how you get to balance it and all of that. Yeah, so that's an amazing one. So I really think that this masterclass has been deeply helpful. So from everything that we shared, you're welcome, Melody. You're welcome. So from everything that everybody has shared, I believe we've been able to see areas in which we can work on. And as it goes on, I would be observing. I'll be saying, okay, this. Also, there are ways in which you can tell me, and that's the point. That's this family. So feedbacks should be normal because all of these things does matter. All of this is there's some positions that you need to. There's some positions that you get to that you can actually be advocating. There's some positions you get to that you shouldn't be that person. I'm not sure I'm actually say like you could take for instance some leadership positions that I said they're very strategic. So those positions requires critical thinking more. Like that's what they want to see. They don't want to see you advocate. They just want to see how what you're able to do. Like so because also you don't want to come as someone who is about talks alone and not action. And Melody is an action person. So if you don't know Melody, if you've not related to her in when it comes to like TTC as a team and all of that, you will not know she's an action person because she could come up as someone who is more of a talker than a doer. But she's truly a doer. Those of us that have, I mean, she sent me a message today and she was like, there was an urgency to it. And I was like, I admire that. Meanwhile, as a person who just send a message and there's no urgency. So that means you can do it anytime. So it shows that she's a doer. But we also want people that don't know her as closely that I do, or those who work with her and all of that do. We also want people that will see her from afar to say, oh, actually, she comes across as someone who does stuff and not just talk stuff. So I don't know if you get what I'm actually saying. And why she's now is now coming across she's spotlighted is because she truly has a strong personal brand, a very strong one, and it's a growing one. And I'm just so proud of her. Like I said, I'm really proud of her. So I think we can end today's masterclass on that note. Yes. So I don't know. I want to walk us through the workbook. I don't know if we do tomorrow. Yes, because I'm looking at what day, because next week we're going into storytelling, and I'm very excited about that because that'll be very powerful. We'll be touching a bit on personal brand and dive into storytelling because the greatest people on earth are storytellers. So you must be able to know how to tell your story, no matter what you do. You must be able to know how to tell your story, how to write it, how to speak it, how to talk about it. You must know it. So I'm very excited about that. But I want to walk us through the workbooks. I think we will do tomorrow. So 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Anyone that is available would have a link sent to you so that we can walk you through. Is that workbook is the foundation for everything, especially for your LinkedIn. It's foundation for your LinkedIn and everything. So that's to be taken very seriously. So I think we'll do 8 p.m. or 8:30. I hope this has been very impactful. And if it has been, let's get your feedbacks. Like let's know. Yeah, Daniel just dropped a bomb. The people who wouldn't be replaced by AI are storytellers, and that's so real. The best leaders are storytellers. Like, so you have to tell stories. Some people that I admire more are people who, okay, take for instance, I'm very partial when it comes to my to even like the teams that I lead or anything. I see people that advocate, people who tell the stories. People like take for instance, the book who did something really amazing. I saw it after a week, but I engaged with it. I reposted it, and I saw how that post increased in likes. Now I saw it a week after, just to let you know, and I saw how it increased, and I was getting notification. But why did I repost it? Because she posted about connection hour. And she posted like from a planning to Damis, and when Dami came to teach us about finance. And it was just like, wow, like this is really amazing. It touched me. So for anybody who is a leader or who is building something, there's a lot of people who are storytellers. Because you're actually spotlighting the work that they are doing. So tell stories. If you went to an event, the event I went to, I already commented on their page. Now, it's immaterial to some people, but I did because I want them to know me because I have some things to do with them by God's grace. So they have to know that okay, this guy is someone that would actually spotlight us. Yeah. So and that's storytelling. And that's why you see some people get key. I think it's very important. That's why we're going to be addressing it next week. Storytellers, they get the best of the best positions in any company. They are mostly the CEOs. They are mostly they are mostly in C levels. They are mostly the team leads because they tell stories. They know how to talk about the vision, drive the vision. So that's very important. But we'll be addressing it next week, and I'm looking forward to it. So tomorrow we'll be walking through the workbook. That will be deeply immersive, and I hope that today's teaching would actually propel what informs how you engage with the workbook and everything you do there. So thank you all so much. I don't know if I should drop my ebook, my personal branding book tomorrow or maybe next week after the storytelling. But however we will decide. So I want to get feedbacks. All the leaders you know by heart are imprinted in your heart because of how they told their stories. Wow, please, all of these things I want to see them. Like just have it. Steve Jobs, the master of this thing. Exactly. They tell beautiful stories. Look at Martin Luther King. They are storytellers. Like they tell beautiful stories, and that's how people get to connect. If you are in a meeting and you don't introduce yourself, stop introducing yourself. Don't say I am this, I am that. Tell story, my friend. Tell an interesting story. People I've spoken to, I told them stories, and they would want to stay with me and like hear more. And that is it. That's how I see connections, and I'm good. So tell stories. Be a storyteller. Be a storyteller today. I love people that tell stories, and I'm saying it so you can know that that's a place to improve on. If you're doing anything literally, talk about it. See my brand. It's storytelling. Miel. You people, if you read it, I believe you all read it. You people could have said, see, I took time to intentionally write it and post it. And that day it was a very busy day for me. But I dedicated a day for that. Like I just want to post about this. It's storytelling. It's as important as the work I do. It's as important as the business. Storytelling is as important as in fact, to me, it's more important. So tell stories. They make you memorable. They make you stand out. And that's the point because you want to leave an impact in people's lives. You want people to say, "Oh, I met this person." So your content should not just be I'm creating content. Take people through something. Let people see you. Let people see your art. Have you heard people speak and they're like, no, have you heard somebody say speak and they're like, I saw your art. Like they could see your person. They could see how your disposition towards that thing. Yeah. And those people, those particular people, they are great people. They are great people to make it. I only pray that they're able to discover that and just lean into it. Be a storyteller. And you can tell anybody that can tell stories can sell anything. So we would address that next week anyway. So let me start speaking on that. Thank you all so much. I'm looking forward to your feedbacks. If possible, screenshot it, tag TTC. If you're not following TTC, please do because that's the way we intend. And we're going to be spotlighting all of that. And please, if you don't have headshots, oh my God, I want to kneel down. But please go and get it because it would really make, yes, we'll get the slides. It will really make this experience even more better. And I'm very serious because nice portraits drawing. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. This stuff said it was based on my person, like no, let me create it down. But yeah, please go get your headshots. This is positioning, and we want to make sure that this is as impactful as possible for you. So get your headshots. Go and pay. 30K, 40K, 20K. Anybody pay. Augustine is in Lagos. He takes headshots. Really amazing headshots. I don't know. Sent images in Abuja. It takes, I mean, he took my headshots too. Amazing headshots. Patronize. Idausa takes headshots. Patronize. So we have them in this platform. So please go and get. Don't use AI. Don't use if I see AI, I get disconnected easily. So please go get your shots. I'm begging, I'm pleading. So that'll be all for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you share your feedbacks. Please go share your feedbacks in the platform. I want to see it. So thank you. I love you also deeply. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be very quick anyway, but yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Please send
Good
screenshots. So
night.
send screenshots. So thank you. Bye everybody. Love you all. Thank you so much, Samson, for admiring my portraits. Okay, bye everybody.